The Umbrella Academy Season 2 picks up right where Season 1 left off. The Hargreeves siblings, Luther, Diego, Alison, Klaus, Number 5 and Vanya, have just time-traveled to the early 1960s in a desperate bid to prevent the apocalypse they failed to stop in their own timeline. However, their arrival in Dallas in 1963 leads to a new set of challenges and complications. The arrival and immediate challenges. The Hargreeves siblings land in Dallas but are scattered across different years between 1960 and 1963. Each sibling must navigate the tumultuous environment of the early 1960s while trying to regroup and figure out a way to prevent the looming apocalypse, which they have learned is scheduled for November 25th, 1963.
I find myself in 1961, working as a bouncer at a club. Adjusting to this new era, not going so well.
I land in 1963 and, well, I'm immediately drawn into the civil rights movement. I get entangled with a group of radicals.
I end up in 1961 and become involved in the civil rights movement, struggling with the racial tensions and my own influence on events.
I find myself in 1962 and, as usual, get into trouble. I eventually become a cult leader with the help of my ability to communicate with the dead.
I end up in 1960, amnesiac and living with a suburban family. It gives me a new lease on life.
Number 5 lands in 1963 and is determined to find his siblings and prevent the apocalypse. The formation of the Commission and new threats. As the siblings begin to reunite, they discover that the Commission, the mysterious organization tasked with managing the timeline, has a new threat, the Handler. She has returned with a vengeance, intending to fix the timeline by any means necessary, including eliminating the Hargreeves. The Handler's daughter, Lila Pitts, becomes a central antagonist. Lila has her own abilities and is a complex character who holds a personal vendetta against the Hargreeves. She is deeply involved in the Handler's plans and poses a significant challenge to the siblings.
The confrontation and revelation.
The siblings' efforts to prevent the apocalypse lead them to uncover several critical truths.
They learn that my powers are central to the impending disaster, as my destructive abilities have been harnessed and amplified by the Handler.
The impending assassination of President John F. Kennedy is revealed to be a part of a larger scheme to create chaos and facilitate the end of the world.
The Hargreeves siblings, despite their personal conflicts and differing agendas, come together to thwart the Handler's plan.
They aim to protect Vanya, stop the assassination, and fix the timeline. In a dramatic climax, the siblings confront the Handler and her forces at the assassination site. They work together, using their individual skills and powers to try to avert the crisis. This confrontation is fraught with tension as both the Handler and Lila challenge them at every turn. Despite their best efforts, the apocalypse occurs, but the Hargreeves manage to make one final intervention. They discover a way to travel to a new timeline, hoping to avoid the catastrophic events they've witnessed. However, their actions result in a new, altered reality. The season concludes with the siblings arriving in a new timeline, where things are significantly different from their original reality. The Umbrella Academy is now replaced by the Sparrow Academy, an alternate version of themselves with new members and an altered dynamic. The final scenes leave the door open for further exploration of this new timeline and the consequences of their actions, setting up the stage for the next season.